Hello, I'm Archie Luxury, and today I'm asking the common question: what is the difference between a single malt and blended whiskey? Very, very good question. And also, let's look at the question, what's the difference between a whiskey and a scotch? Okay, fuckers, let's clarify a few things there. In the world of alcohol there, it's become all very fucking exclusive. To use the word Scotch, the product needs to come from, it needs to be distilled and bottled in Scotland. So, to be called a Scotch, it needs to be a Scottish product. A whiskey is a product which is it can be done in other countries. There's famous Japanese whiskies, there's famous Indian like Amrat. There's Japanese like Yamazaki, fuckers. But basically, a Scotch whiskey needs to come from Scotland. Let me have a sip, fuckers. Okay, so let's look at what's the difference between a single malt and a blended whiskey? What is a blended whiskey? Well, basically, a blended whiskey is a whiskey that contains more than one varieties of whiskey. And this is an interesting thing there. So, a blended whiskey contains different whiskies, and it's blended. Now, I got to clarify something. There's a big misconception as to what is a single malt. Many people think a single malt means it's from one barrel. That's not necessarily the case. But a blended whiskies are like Johnny Walker, Red Label, Black Label, even Blue Label. Johnny Walker Blue Label is a blended whiskey. So that contains different whiskies from different barrels mixed together. Okay, so that's what a blended whiskey is. So a single malt whiskey, it's nothing special besides the fact it's a product from a single distillery. The product isn't necessarily from the same barrel, but it's from a single distillery. A single malt Lagavulin may contain whiskies from different barrels produced by Lagavulin distilleries, but it will contain only whiskies from that distillery. A single grain whiskey varies only that it contains barley and one or more other cereal grains, usually wheat or corn. Again, single is misleading here. It refers not to a product made from a single grain, but a product from a single distillery, fuckers. So, I hope this has helped you fuckers clarify a few things there. Let's go through a few things here. What is a blended malt Scotch whisky? Formerly called vatted malts. These are a blend of single malts from two or more distilleries, and they have some great drops there. What is a blended grain Scotch whisky? A blend of single grains from two or more distilleries. A blended Scotch whisky, what many consumers think when they hear this, blended scotches comprise 90% of the Scotch category, fuckers, like Chivas Regal and Johnny Walker. And there's some great drops there. So, as far as I'm concerned, single malts or blended whiskies, I'm happy to accept gifts of both. I love both, and I'm not going to tell you, I love the single malts, of course. They're a boutique, yuppie sort of thing. But there are some fantastic blended Scotch whiskies. And I'm not going to fucking stand here and tell you they're garbage, because that would be lying to you. I'm Archie Luxury. I hope this has clarified the matter. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.